This is Nettie Rapture. Okay, so we have two, count them, 1, 2 funky pay-per-views on the way, being ROH Final Battle and TLC, both of which I'm actually quite looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to Final Battle. For those of you who are interested in ROH, then by all means watch away. For those of you who aren't, I will put a little annotation down here somewhere that tells you what point in the video you can skip to just to watch the WWE bit, because I know some of you get really narky about just wanting to watch your WWE or your TNA, and fair enough, I'm not gonna argue with you because some people will not be convinced. But for those of you with even the vaguest interest in ROH, have a listen. I'm just going to run through the card, tell you what I think, tell you my opinions, and just go from there. Okie dokie. We have, first matchup is All Night Express versus Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. I actually really like the All Night Express. I kind of like how they've developed as a team, because they've gone from being very tacky to being a lot more serious and good. They've always been good in the ring, but they're a bit more polished than they were. I definitely think the effect of Austin Aries has worked really well on them as a team. I don't really know Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole rings a bell, but I'm not quite sure why. But I'm always interested to see new tag teams in ROH, because I genuinely think ROH has the best tag team division. I used to say that about TNA, but TNA's lost a lot of tag teams, and ROH, their tag team division is really good. As I hold my hands up to the fact that I genuinely am a bit of a mark for tag team wrestling, and we've actually got 3 tag team matches on this card, and all of them I think are going to be worth a watch. Next we've got Colt Cabana versus TJ Perkins. I love Colt Cabana. I'm a little bit of a Colt Cabana mark. I just think he's he's funny, he's down to earth, he's good in the ring. He's very good at doing the storytelling and the psychology of a match, which sometimes ROH does lack overall, but Colt Cabana's very good at that part. I really like him, and I must admit to doing a little ooh Colt Cabana when he comes out. And TJ Perkins, he's one of the ones I haven't seen a lot of. I probably do need to do a bit of research on him before I watch it, but he's supposed to be very good, so we shall see. One of the matches on the card have hit a little bump, because it was supposed to be Eddie Edwards versus Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega's blown out his ankle. So it's Eddie Edwards versus ... at the moment. We will have a television title match. We just don't know who the other one's going to be at the moment. Really rate Eddie Edwards. Loved him as part of the American Wolves with Davey Richards. But he actually is really good in ring. I would not be surprised if in a year or two's time we see Eddie Edwards either in one of the mainstream promotions or with the ROH title round his waist. Next is the match that's gonna kick the ass of every other women's match for the past, like, a year and a half, easily. We have Awesome Kong and Daisy Hayes versus Sarah Doré and Serena Deeb. Yep, Serena from Straight Edge Society. Absolutely brill. You've got 4 girls who seriously know what they're doing. Awesome Kong, I swear to God, I'm not normally threatened by divas, but that girl scares me. She is genuinely scary. You would not want to bump into her in a nightclub at all. She is, whoa. And we're going to get some serious actual wrestling from women, which is so rare. Unless you're going to watch something like Shimmer, which is all girls, you don't get really, really good female wrestling. And this match is going to kick ass. Even, I would love to see them give it 15 minutes. If they give it 10, it's still going to be amazing. You aren't going to get a 3-minute match out of this. This is going to be a good, proper match. Chris Daniels versus Homicide. This is the legends of ROH in a big way. Chris Daniels and Homicide were there at the very start. Love both of them. Homicide is brill. Bless him. And Christopher Daniels is... I have a bit of a crush on Christopher Daniels, has to be said. I think he's just... don't ask. But anyway, yeah, that should be a really good match. I think depending on how it goes, it'll be really nice to do a compare, because I would love to take the last Christopher Daniels versus Homicide match in TNA and put it against this match in ROH, because it will show you what wrestlers can do when they're actually given permission to do it. Because a lot of the time the mainstream guys, they do limit their movesets quite a lot, whereas ROH really does let them go and let them go out and do what they can do. So it will be really, really interesting to see the differences. Kings of Wrestling and Shane Hagedorn versus the Briscoes and Papa Briscoe. I'm not a big fan of adding like managers and parents and shit. But to be fair, I have not seen a Kings of Wrestling versus the Briscoes that was less than a 3-star match. So I'm actually... I don't think that adding Shane Hagedorn and Papa Briscoe is going to take it down by that much, really. And for the ROH World Championship, love him to bits. Davey Richards versus Roderick Strong. Really, really hoping Davey wins. Davey's proper wandered in, grabbed hold of my heart and wandered out again, bless him. I really, really do like him. I think he's extremely skilled. He's a very cute young man, and he is very, 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 very talented. Yes, I actually lost count of how many verys I said then. I think at worst this is going to be a 3-star match. At best, it's going to be a new contender for Match of the Year. I'm not so much a fan of Roderick Strong. So I would probably say that this isn't going to top Tyler Black versus Davey Richards, but I definitely think it will be up there. It's definitely going to be, put it this way, it would be worth buying, the pay-per-view for that match. I mean, this, I've already bought it. It's $15, which is like £10 in English. It's you can't buy wrestling DVD for that 9 times out of 10. And watching it live is so much better. There is one I've left out. I will come back to that. Because the one I'll come back to it. So from the bottom working up, you've got, just based on the undercard, you've got Colt Cabana versus TJ Perkins, All Night Express versus Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, Eddie Edwards versus ... because we don't know at the moment. Just those 3 matches, I can guarantee will be almost as good, if not better, than virtually all the undercard matches on most WWE pay-per-views and TNA pay-per-views. You've then got the women's match, which is going to kick ass for every women's match, going right back to Lita and Trish era, easily. Or Awesome Kong in TNA, she actually got a few decent matches in there. But certainly for me, it is going back to that sort of era when I genuinely enjoyed watching women's wrestling. Kings Wrestling versus the Briscoes, as I said, I don't think I've seen them have a bad match. I really don't. Daniels versus Homicide should be really, really good. And Roderick Strong versus Davey Richards, gonna be a good match. So you've got the whole card up to that point is worth your $15, £10 to buy this iPay-per-view. And then we've got the end of the feud, Steen versus El Generico. They've actually moved this on the card. They've officially cancelled it. It will air after the main event as an unsanctioned match. Basically, it means they're planning to do something really, really sick. They put it on at the end, and they're basically going to put out a notice saying anyone who is not prepared for the fact that this is not going to be in any shape or form PG, please leave the arena now. Which I actually really like. I think that it's going to be brilliant. The stipulations on this one is that if Steen wins, Generico loses his mask. If Generico wins, Steen leaves ROH. I would buy this pay-per-view for this match if it was only this match. The fact that you were getting a bloody solid undercard and a fucking amazing upper mid card, and you're getting not one but 2 seriously amazing main events. This card is so worth your money. It is just mind-boggling. I think this, done right, could be a contender against Death Before Dishonor for being the best pay-per-view of the year. It looks really, really, really good. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. Right. What's the time on my video so I can remember to put it in the thingy? 13 minutes and 58. I need to write that down. Writing it down. 14:10. We'll go with 14:10. Right. Now I'm going to start rambling about WWE. Now I've got my ROH ramble out of my system, I'm going to talk about TLC. Right, I will put, as I said, there will be an annotation saying if you want to watch the WWE bit, skip to blah, blah, blah. Right. So, TLC. We have starting, where shall we start? I reckon the first match on the card is probably going to be the IC title match, or maybe Rey Mysterio, but we'll go with the IC title. I've actually had an interesting rumour on this one. At the moment, as it stands, it is Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger. But a little birdie told me they might be adding Caval into this match. If they do, bonus for me, totally, because I really like Caval, and if there was anyone I would love to see them put on an Intercontinental title on, Caval is the guy, especially if they're going to unify the titles, because Daniels versus Caval, you know that's going to be gold star matches. So, Intercontinental Championship ladder match, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, and possibly Caval. If Caval's in this match, I want him to win. If he's not, I will have Dolph Ziggler retain, I think. Okay. Chairs match, Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. This actually has a lot more history on it than most WWE fans think. These guys' grandfathers fought each other. Their fathers fought each other. It's got so much history to it. For anyone who has any knowledge of the Lucha Libre background of these two guys, I really hope they do it justice. I really hope we do get a good pay-per-view match out of these two. Then we have the #1 contendership for the WWE Championship ladder match, Sheamus versus John Morrison. John Morrison should win this by all logic. I think the only reason I can't. I don't see Sheamus versus Miz. So I'm not entirely sure where they'd go if they had Sheamus win, unless Orton wins the WWE Championship. But then it's Sheamus versus Orton again, and do we really want to see that? No, not really. I mean, I am biased because I really do like John Morrison. I appreciate him on so many levels. His ring work is based on capoeira. If you have no idea what that is, send me a note and I'll send you a video explaining it. But it's a Brazilian martial art, which is what 90% of John Morrison's moveset's based on. I actually find watching him really entertaining. I really... Okay, I want John Morrison to win. It's the long and short of it. I would love him to be the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, so we can go against Miz and we can have Miz versus Jomo, because it's always produced good matches. Okay, that's my 2 cents on that one. Chairs match, John Cena versus Wade Barrett. Cena is so going over in this match. I really don't see him losing. I really don't. WWE World Heavyweight Championship TLC match. Edge so needs to win this. Kane's gonna lose. He just is. I mean, TLC is Edge's forum. It's his. He was part of the original TLC matches. To have him lose would just be horrendous waste. It's entirely my personal opinion. Miz versus Randy Orton. If they take the title off Miz this soon, then everybody, it would... Oh, sorry, I missed the piss break match. Give me 2 seconds. Let me skip to the piss break match. Divas Tag Team Tables match. actually might be alright for a piss break match. I really like Natalya and I really like Beth Phoenix. It's just a crying shame they're in the ring with Lycol. I really don't like Lycol. I find them tacky and cheap, and they really are aimed at 12-year-old, snotty 12-year-old girls, and I really don't like it at all. And their whole persona is just, it's so immature and it's so tacky and it's so not what women's wrestlers should be. For me, Natalya and Beth Phoenix, if I wanted to show a little girl women's wrestling, those would be the sort of people I would want, like my little sister, or, yeah, do you know what I mean? I don't actually have a little sister, but in principle, those are the sort of people I would want a little girl to look up to, is someone like Beth Phoenix or Natalya. Not anorexic, curveless idiots, which is like, oh, anyway, piss break over with, back to the main event. Yeah, I think if Autumn goes over, that's The Miz buried. I honestly think that will send The Miz back into the mid-card, and to be honest, I think considering they've put a lot of stock into The Miz, and people who say they haven't, go and look at the amount of t-shirts he has. Seriously, go and look at the amount of merchandise they're pumping out for him. They are putting a hell of a lot of stock into this guy, and I really don't think they're going to have him lose this soon. I wouldn't be shocked if he lost at the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Or maybe even Elimination Chamber. I can't remember if Elimination Chamber's before WrestleMania or not. I'm having a bit of a blonde moment, bear with me. I wouldn't be surprised if he lost it before WrestleMania, but in the same token, I think with the right person he could carry it through WrestleMania. You'd have to put him in the ring with the right person, but I definitely think it could be done. Oh, sorry, yawning something rotten today. Okay, so that is your TLC card. I shall be watching both of them, and hopefully I shall be doing a review for both of the pay-per-views. Though I am going to be so dead on Sunday, because I'm supposed to be going for dinner at my sister's for Christmas. So I'm going to have watched the pay-per-view on Saturday night. I'm going to go and have dinner at my sister's, and then I'm going to be getting back and watching the pay-per-view on Sunday. I'm probably doing a video from my sister's, which could be interesting. Okie dokie. It just depends on if I can get there though, because they said it's going to snow on Friday, and I'm a bit, I don't know how the trains are going to cope with the snow. But anyway, that's quite enough of me rambling. I've probably gone way over yeah, I've just looked at the clock. 23 minutes. Wow. Sorry. But anyway, I hope you like the t-shirt. I found it earlier on and went, I'd forgotten I'd got that. So yeah, awesome weekend, awesome pay-per-views. Should be really, really, really good. If you want to order ROH, go to Go Fight Live TV. If you want to stream TLC, send me a message on Skype, I'll send you the links. Alright, boys and girls, be good, have fun, and I shall see you at stupid o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Bye.